Hey guys, it's me again, Sam. Today I will be reviewing Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth, a film I recently bought on Blu-ray. This is an absolutely brilliant film. It's a fantasy, taking place around time after I think it's about after the Spanish War in an old outpost. The story is told by this young girl who goes with her mother to this remote outpost to seek shelter from a captain who is going to marry her mother. The film itself is about this girl who believes in fairies and imagines situations that happen which are incredibly frightening and scary, but they happen, and it's kind of an escapism route away from the horribleness of real life and times during war. Especially the evil captain character, who we know straight from the off is going to be very bad and has very strange morals. This film was in 2006, made by Guillermo del Toro. He also directed Blade 2, Hellboy, and some of his other films which I think are better, such as Kronos and The Devil's Backbone. These are like Spanish films that he made, and I think that the films that he makes for like international audiences, so like American films like Hellboy or Blade 2, aren't as good as his own original ideas, such as Pan's Labyrinth, like this film. This little girl finds her way into this labyrinth, and at the centre of the labyrinth is a faun who tells her she is a magical princess from a kingdom, and she must go back there to visit her parents and visit her father, who's died earlier on in her life. To do this, she must complete 3 tasks for him, and the tasks increase in scariness and strangeness. Especially the second task, which I think is absolutely terrifying. The creatures in this film are so well done and acted, and they move around as if they are real. You can fully believe these things to be here. The special effects of the creatures is done like hands-on. It's not CGI. I think maybe the fairy is, but it's not done in like CGI. And this gives it a really authentic look. So it's actually like an actor in a costume. It's really, really authentic. Of course, the film is in Spanish dialogue, so I watched it with subtitles. From what I could see, the actors in this film are very good. You feel sorry for the little girl. You absolutely despise the captain, who's an evil. I've seen interviews with Guillermo, and he said like he based the creatures in this film over the imaginary creatures he used to see as children. He apparently used to see these kind of weird animals when he was little, and he somehow implemented them into this film, and the way he's done it just makes them so realistic. The war in this film slowly gets worse and worse and worse as Russians from around the outpost begin to come into attack. There's also people within working for the captain who are trying to help these Russians, and I think the Russians are Spanish, but people that have been outcast, and they want to take over this stronghold and kill this captain. I will not go into spoilers right now, but I will do a spoiler section towards the end to talk about the end of the film and how it affected me. So if you want to stick around for that, this is what's going to happen now. Okay, so the end of the film, the first time I watched it, I didn't think it was very good. I didn't enjoy it, and I didn't really understand the meaning behind it. Upon like browsing the internet, other people's views on the film, such and such, and a rewatch of the film, I realised that the ending of this film is all about suicide, and the little girl just wants to get away from everything. She wants to get her little brother, and she wants to take him away from the cruelties of the war and this world, and from away from the captain, from moving, the struggle with their family, her mother dying. The tasks slowly get a bit harder and a bit more progressive. Like, she finds a dagger, and the third task is killing of an innocent. And I didn't realise this the first time I watched it, but when she goes into the kingdom, which is symbolic of heaven, and her father's the kind of like God on a throne, the fawn's there and says, your third task was actually taking your own life, as you are innocent. And I didn't realise this at the time, as I said, but you realise that he is just a fragment of her imagination. She's just believing these things to get away from the world, to get away from this terrible life. And she's making herself want to commit suicide through these tasks. She wants to progress and get to this kingdom that she just believes is so much nicer and better than the world she's in. And at the end, you really do see this. Also, it has Del Toro's kind of use of clocks. I've noticed that he has a lot of like mechanics and gears and clocks in his films, which are usually shown with like close-ups and such. Like Kronos was like about gear device and about time. Also in Hellboy we had that evil guy with the clock and the watch that he was like experimenting on. We have a watch in this story, and it's about the bravery of the general's father. When the general's father died, I think it's his general's father, it may be someone else in the Spanish War. When they died, they smashed a rock with a stone. They smashed a watch with a stone to symbolise, to tell their son and children when they died, and that they died a noble death. But the death in this film at the end of the man is so rewarding, and it for me, this may sound a bit strange, but it was the way that he gets shot, but it isn't done horrifically. Like, when you see people get shot in films, they usually get like a bullet hole straight through the centre of their brain. Like, this bullet like goes through his face, like through around his cheek area, which I wasn't expecting. Somehow like made me understand even more the reality of this situation, and the things that he does throughout the film to other people are just so horrendous, and it's so believable that these things could have happened around that time, and there are people in the world willing to do these things, such as killing innocent men with knives and shooting, killing people's sons in front of them who are innocent, just because they can, they have the power to do so. Yeah, so overall I think this film is really, really good. This is a must-see film. Admittedly, I can understand why some people will not like it. I can also understand why people do like it, like me. I really did enjoy it the second time watching it. You may have to watch it a couple of times to truly understand it, but that one scene in the middle of the film in the second trial, that is the tensest thing I've seen in a while, and that scared me so much for the life of the little girl. This has been my review of Pan's Labyrinth by Guillermo del Toro. Please comment, rate, subscribe with your thoughts and opinions, and has been me, Sam. I'd give this film a 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. The cinematography in this film is done really, really well. Just to point out again how brilliant the film is made. And I'm quite glad as well that they haven't remade this in an American version, because I think this film's kind of spark lies with the fact that it's Spanish, and it is done with the heart and soul of the Spanish director as he wants it in Spanish, with Spanish people, actors, so forth. So yeah, thanks for watching this, guys. More reviews in the future.
The legend speaks of the lost soul of a princess from another world who will one day be reborn. There will be signs that mark her return. There will be secrets that reveal her destiny. There will be a journey that will make you believe. imagination of Guillermo del Toro. In darkness, there can be light. In misery, there can be beauty. In death, there can be life. Pan's Labyrinth.